just cast out. I'm on a small pool, not too far away from where I live. That's a key, isn't it? One of the keys when you fish a lot like I do, and especially when you've got a full-time job and a family and other things as well in your life. You can't go out every day for 6 hours or so and not got a bite straight away. Haven't even had a drink of my tea there. You need those local venues such as this one. I am after roach. I'm fishing with a maggot on a size 18 hook, and there you go. Got that one out of the water quick as well before any pike could go for it. Just need the disgorger on that. It's not a major issue. Ooh, and talking of pike, well, let me show you the one side of this fish. It's a little bit more marked than the other because looks like a predator has had a go at that one in the past. The fish has gone back now. Where was I? My tea. It's always a good sign when you get something on the bank first cast, isn't it? And we are in a cold spell at the moment. Very cold to be precise. And it's important to target the right species, the right venue, and use the right tactics as well. And species, obviously, roach will feed more at this time of the year than crucian carp. So that's easier to work out. But venue, I think that comes down to our own experiences, because there are pools, rivers, lakes, which we all fish, which we all know that some of them produce better in the winter than others. And that only comes through experience. So I know that there are places I could go roach fishing on today and I would struggle. However, there are others where definitely you put yourself in the driving seat. And roach, one of those species that will feed even during the coldest days. I remember on one occasion I was fishing a brook. Well, it was a small stream actually, and probably 6 feet wide, not very deep, and ice formed on both margins, so there was a channel down the middle, and it was dark, it was night fishing, and I caught roach after roach after roach by dropping the bait into the channel. It was absolutely freezing cold, but the fish kept feeding. And that's what we do at this time of the year. Think about species, venue, and tactics. I haven't been here long and I'm catching a few now. I won't be showing them all to the camera. That's about the size of the fish that I'm getting on the bank. I go through the tackle that I fish with in more detail in the blog entry that accompanies the video, or perhaps the other way around, should I say. But that's the float. It's a small waggler, as you can see. I'm not casting far, maybe 1.5, 2 lengths out maximum. I've got 4 pound line on the reel, 3.5 pound Drennan Team England, and that's joined loop to loop. That's about 4 feet, 5 feet of line, and then the weight from the float, because I've got a couple of shot either side and actually nothing else at all until you get down to the maggot. And the reason for that is it's a fairly shallow lake, 4 feet deep where I'm fishing, and there's still lots of vegetation out there from the winter. It does get very overgrown in the summer, so I can't just put the maggot in there. There's a moorhen after it. And you saw the video footage just now. It was a moorhen eating casters. Some of my maggots have turned to casters. I really am on the last usage of these now. But moorhens are just the same as robins. They get used to anglers. and they know that there's always a free meal on the way. Right, let's get that one out and see if I can add to my tally so far. I've actually lost count of the fish that I've caught, which is a nice situation to be in. I haven't been here too long, about 45 minutes, so still plenty of time to go. As I've often said, it's not about the length of time that you fish, but rather the time of the day in which you do it. So it's better to have an hour and a half up to dark in this situation than it is maybe to fish 4 or 5 hours during the middle of the day. A very enjoyable session indeed. Nothing big, but lots of activity. All roach, which is the target, of course, for today. While I've been fishing, in between bites, multitasking, I've set up interviews for tomorrow with the head coach of the New Saints, one of the players, and the manager of the women's team. So go back home now, put all those together in an email so everyone has an official confirmation and an approximate time as well. So we like to plan all those things. I do speak to people in advance, so you know that you'll be doing an interview with the head coach, for example, Tuesday after training, and then you just tie it all up the day before so that everyone's diary works with what you want. And then I'll be in tomorrow. I'll do a little bit of fishing first though. I'll probably have a later day tomorrow, so I'll go in about mid-morning, which means I can do a little bit of angling first thing and then off to work. Oh, I thought it was a jay, it's a magpie just gone over. I've been listening to some ravens in the woods opposite. I haven't seen them today, but very, very vocal indeed. Right, unless I catch something significant in the next 10 minutes, over and out from me. If you are fishing yourself this week, wrap up warm and choose your swim carefully. Target the right species, tactics, make sure you're on the right venue, and hopefully you'll be able to have an enjoyable session as well. A moorhen just run up there, they're very, it just took off. I thought it was a dog or something. It's a moorhen. They are very, very territorial at the moment. There's been 6 on here and they've been chasing one another off. One in particular, they're starting to establish their territory, aren't they? Although we're still in January, we're seeing the month out now before we realise that the birds will be pairing up and we'll be fishing in much warmer conditions, won't we? That's a fact. Tight lines, and I'll see you soon.